All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning and welcome back. So, as we discussed, right? So, today we are going to cover, like, I'm going to explain, or we are going to discuss the interview questions of AutoRabit, guys. Okay. So, this is our third session for interview preparation on weekends. I had marked here that, we are going to discuss this AutoRabit interview questions. Now, first of all, what is AutoRabit? AutoRabit, is it a service-based company or a product-based company? Anyone? You might have been seeing that in our WhatsApp group and all, right? Did you see like whether it is a service based or product based company? Guys, please respond.
Service based.
Right. AutoRabit is a service based company. And yeah. So I had shared the link in the WhatsApp group to you, right? To everyone. Most of you applied. And how many of you, already got interview scheduled, guys, first of all? Freshers. This question is for freshers, guys.
Sir, I got schedule on Monday.
You got interview scheduled on Monday. Okay. So one second, let me open that link. Okay, first. Yeah, here is the link. I see someone joined with display name as Redmi. Who is that? Redmi Note 7 Pro. Who is that? Okay. As there is no response, I am moving them, pushing them to waiting room. Okay. So this is the requirement, guys. This is the requirement that we got last week for trained freshers, right? For your information. And please stay back, everyone. So experience, career gap and experience guys also, please stay back because the interview questions asked are, they are conducting an online test of 20 marks, it seems. And it's really tough for freshers. Okay. And it is, it may be equally tough for experienced guys also. So we can understand that, like, first of all, what is the requirement they asked for trained freshers? That's it, right? Performance testing, trainee engineers who has completed training in performance testing from performance testing tools and methodologies. Okay. And even though it is, they are asking freshers, right? So they have a skill set is very huge, as you can see here. So you can understand their expectations. Okay. And at the same time, they are offering very good package also. Okay. So we cannot say that, they are expecting too much from freshers because they are offering very good package for freshers, right? So they are offering 6 lakh, 6 LPA for freshers. So that is fine. It is acceptable, or it is 100% fine. That, there is nothing wrong in having high expectations when they are offering this much package, right? Maybe the role is demanding. Okay. Now, one of our previous batch student attended, the test till now last week, and Arun and a few more, Vishwa informed me that their interviews are scheduled next week, right? Anyone else? Do you have Vishwa now? Vishwa did not join. Arun got disconnected. Anyone else got interview scheduled next week? Okay, Pravalika, what happened? You had forwarded your CV, right?
Yes, sir.
You did not get any response?
No, sir.
No, you should receive response because Arun got response. He is from mechanical background, right? Then you also should get response. Did you check your spam folder? Let me pass
Yes, sir.
recording. So
Um,
I heard that there are around 50 to 100 people who attended the test last time. Maybe they got a lot of profiles, please send a reminder or apply again. Apply again from another email. Okay. If
okay,
you
sir.
have another
Okay,
email
sir.
ID, apply again. Those who did not receive the invite, right?
Okay,
So
sir.
please apply again. And how about Archana?
Archana also didn't get mail, sir.
Okay. Ask her also to apply again. First thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Those who did not get, because Arun kochindi ante like Arun and Vishwa CSC, he's a CSC graduate, but Arun is mechanical one. So So Arun కు వచ్చిందంటే your CV also should be shortlisted.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
fine. And now I asked Tejasvi to share the interview questions, and like she had compiled all the questions. Very good. She compiled all the 20 questions. Okay. Luckily, she was able to compile all the 20 questions. Hey, by the way, guys, one quick update. So we have some Python openings, guys. Python developer openings, Python with Django. Experience expected is 2 to 5 years. Only without notice candidates, means they are looking for immediate joiners for Bangalore location. Okay, this is one requirement. And this is another requirement. Python Next.js Fast API. This is another requirement. Okay. For this budget is 16 lakhs, it seems. Okay. And apart from that, there is one more requirement for ASP.NET. 7 to 9 years experience, budget at 30 lakhs. But somehow client want only female candidates, it seems. So if you have any, see, I kept all of these in my WhatsApp status, right? So please forward any profiles, guys. If you have any friends whose skill set is matching, or if you know someone, like who is in job search, check with them and see, and forward their profiles if their profile is suitable. Okay. I will wait till today. So if I don't receive any profiles today, I will post it on my Insta page. I'll post it over here. Okay. If I don't get any response from our students by today, I'll post it on Instagram so that, like it will be visible for everyone. Visible for, we have around 1336 followers. So it will be visible for everyone. Okay. Yeah. So now let us start with the interview questions, like shared by Tejasvi. Okay. And yeah. So, what I felt is like they are expecting too much from freshers, but of course, as I said, right? So package is also too much for freshers, isn't it? Package is also, they are offering good package for freshers. So that's why nothing wrong in expecting too much from freshers. Now, now let us see this interview questions now. So we want to focus entirely on that, that interview questions only today. AutoRabit interview questions only today, because we have a couple of guys whose interview is scheduled next week. Okay, we want to make sure that at least one of them get selected, or and at least one or two of them get selected from our institute, right? So let me take that interview questions and discuss one by one. Okay. And so first of all, before starting this, I'll do one thing. So I'll copy all this and paste it into your class notes document. First of all, before we start, like I had already asked everyone to practice Linux lessons. How many of you started it and how many of you completed it? Guys, I'm asking you only, guys. Guys, please understand that I am taking session, though I am not feeling well. If you are not responding, I will stop the session. There is no obligation, or it is not mandatory session for me, right? The Saturday weekend sessions, interview preparation sessions are voluntary for me, not mandatory for me. So I'll close the session if you are not responding.
Sir, I'm on it, sir. I'm working on it.
Okay. So Srikanth joined, is from recent batch and he started. How about others, guys?
Yeah, myself also started.
Okay. And this Sharif, Sarath, Sharif, and others, like I want to know first from experience, those who are having career gap and experience, guys. Pavan, Sharif, Sarath.
Yes, sir. I started so little bit, sir. Not all totally not completed, but started since, sir.
Okay. Where are you practicing, Pavan?
Basic comments, sir. Top, who am I? These comments are completed, sir.
No. From where are you following those? Or from where are you practicing them?
I'm practicing from W3 school, sir.
W3 schools.
Yeah.
W3 schools, I think, doesn't have Linux tutorials. Do they have Linux tutorials?
Yes, sir.
No.
I think I have, sir. 1 second.
We tried in webinar.
Yeah, WebMiner.
Right. W3 schools doesn't have any tutorials on Linux. It's there in, I gave one website for Linux tutorials, right? This one,
Yes.
right? And now why I'm saying this is why I'm asking, guys, do you have Sharif now or not? I'll push
Sir,
them to
sir.
the waiting room if you are not responding.
Sir, I'm here.
Okay. So did you complete those, Sharif? Linux lessons?
Sir, some of the little bit of I completed, sir.
Okay. And all right. So why I'm asking this is Tejasvi got 10 out of 20 it seems in this test. Okay. If she got 1 or 2 marks more, she would have been selected in the first round. And there are two questions on Linux commands. There are 2 questions on Linux commands. So at least, one ochina sare, like they selected it seems. I mean, those who got about 10 were selected for next round it seems. Right? So now, so don't ignore it or don't ignore it or don't, take it light for, regarding that Linux lessons. You see here how many questions are there. Let us see how many questions are there from Linux commands. I see one Ubuntu Linux question here. And I also see one which Linux command shows the percentage of CPU used by process in real time. Right? There are 2 questions out of 20 on Linux commands. Right? Okay. So first understand, if you see the questions, right, we clearly understand that expectations are very high for freshers, right? And at the same time, even, these may be difficult for even experienced guys also, or those who are having career gap guys also. Yes or no? Some questions are completely, for example, bit bucket pipeline integrated with AWS. Yes, we don't cover this in the training. Okay, we did not cover this in the training till now. But after seeing this, I had decided that we'll focus more on this as well going forward. Okay, and profiling differs from monitoring. Yes, so this also you may not be able to answer, right? Which AWS service is commonly used for monitoring CPU and memory of EC2 instances? Anyone? This you should be able to answer. We, even though we did not have hands-on, but I had explained this, or we had discussed this in our sessions. So which AWS service is commonly used for monitoring CPU and memory of EC2 instances?
CloudWatch. sir.
What is it?
CloudWatch.
Right, AWS CloudWatch. Okay, and which metric is least likely to indicate a performance issue? Of course, if we don't know the multiple choice questions, I cannot cover this. I mean, I cannot explain this, but they might have given some multiple choice questions and they might have asked this, right? Now let us start one by one. Okay. So first question is, which of these JMeter components can be used to simulate real user behavior?
Think time and facing, maybe.
Which of the, again, this is subjective, basically, like it depends on real browser behavior, guys. To simulate real browser behavior. I thought that Tejasvi will be available so that, guys, when Tejasvi is attending, so Pravalika Gani, Arjuna Gani, did you look into the what are the multiple choice question given there?
No, sir.
Oh, sorry. You told that it is offline test, kada?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 second. 1 second. Let me try to reach out to Tejasvi as well. Okay. So, but we'll discuss, what can be the answer, or, what can be the multiple choice question and what can be the answer. So, which of these JMeter components can be used to simulate the real browser behavior? Real browser behavior. It is not, real user behavior. Okay. If it is real user behavior, yes, it may be think time, right? It should be think time then, if it is real user behavior. But they are asking real browser behavior. Okay. See, you understood, guys? If it is real user behavior, it should be think time. Okay. But they're asking real browser behavior. So what could be the answer?
Cookie and cache manager.
Cookie and cache manager, yes. Okay. 1 second, guys. Tejasvi is calling me. 1 second. recording. See, and questions may change, guys, by the way. See, questions are changing, it seems, from test to test and person to person. Okay. So if it is real user behavior, okay, if it is real user behavior, one second, yes. Then it is think time, HTTP cache manager, cookie manager, correct? So if it is real browser behavior, but as the I see, like, question is on real browser behavior. Okay. So I am assuming that they are asking about, like a Selenium WebDriver. Okay. Of course, it depends on the multiple choice what they provided. So we'll see, like, once we get the multiple choice answers, what they provided, so then we can decide. Okay. But is this clear for everyone? What is real user behavior and what is real browser behavior? So if you want to see real browser behavior means, then you have to use, a plugin, JMeter plugin called Selenium WebDriver. Okay. But if it is real user behavior, it should be think time and cache manager, cookie manager. Okay. So what components can be used to simulate the real browser behavior? So if there is some other multiple choice, we'll see that once we receive it. Now I'll move to the next question. In SDLC, performance testing typically begins during. Yes, guys. Performance testing.
After new release.
After new release.
release.
Okay. See, again, like, we need to see the multiple choice answers what they provided. But if it is, there are two in SDLC software development lifecycle, there are two models, right? One is waterfall, the other one is agile, isn't it? So waterfall law, performance testing will begin. Performance testing will begin once the development is completed, or once functional testing is completed. Correct? In waterfall model, each phase starts after the previous phase is completed, isn't it? In waterfall model, each phase starts after previous stage is completed, previous phase completed. Whereas in agile model, testing should start along with development. So in SDLC, if it is agile, it will start, during test development phase itself. Clear, guys? In agile model, testing will start along with the development. Along with development. Okay. She has forwarded that email. But guys, questions will change, it seems. Questions are changing from test to test, it seems. This is just to give you an idea and, set the expectations, right expectations. Or, to help you understand how much more you need to prepare. Okay. Yeah, I got that. So I got those. What is this? Click on the link batch one. Okay, maybe they had provided some Google form. Okay, let us see that. Okay, very good. Excellent. Yes, very good. So now now this will be more easy. What happens if you forget to add a listener in a JMeter test plan? Okay. Now what is the right answer, guys? If you forget to add a listener in the test plan, what is the right answer?
Second one.
Right, second one, right? Results will still be stored in memory but not displayed, right? So because test won't execute is wrong thing, right? Whether you add listeners or not, test will be executed, right? JMeter crashes is a wrong thing, right? And you can't use assertions also is a wrong thing. So the only correct possible answer is second one. Results will be stored in memory but not displayed, correct? And then let us see the next one. A QA team finds a defect during functional testing that later, a QA team finds a defect during functional testing that later causes performance degradation in production. What should have been improved? Just look at the, multiple choice questions for second question, guys, and what is the right answer? We are on second question, so read that question, try to understand that question, and tell me what is the right answer.
Shift left testing approach.
Shift left testing approach. Test execution order. A QA team finds a defect during functional testing, right? But that later causes performance degradation in production.
Yes, in this scenario, as a performance tester, we should be shift left.
Performance testing is missing here, basically. See, they're talking about functional testing. So that means, functional testing is done. And they find some defect, but they ignored it. Isn't it? But that, that later causes performance degradation means performance testing is not done properly. So what should have been improved?
Test environment.
Test environment, how can it be correct answer?
I think B, sir. Defect severity classification.
It should be C, shift left testing approach.
Can you explain it? Why do you feel that it is C, shift left approach, testing approach?
I think as a performance tester, it should be shift left testing approach, means it will be very better testing.
Hey, let's not, she already submit the test, right? Let's not mark it. What is that? Deepak? Deepak, what is that? What is your explanation?
Shift left testing. But in shift
No,
left
see,
test,
I
Sir.
feel that it is defect severity classification. Okay. I feel that. I feel that. I did not look into these questions previously. We'll do one thing. Let us ask, ChatGPT or,
Sir, I
Claude
have a doubt, sir. I have a doubt.
Yes.
In the testing environment, we have different phases of testing, like functional testing, non-functional testing.
Mm.
First of all, functional testing, their approach is to every functionality has been verifying as per their user requirement. So once the functional testing completed, it will go for the further performance.
Mm.
So here the test environment mismatches.
Okay. You say that, or you feel the test environment is correct. Okay. No, I feel that, defect severity classification is correct answer. Let us see. Let's see. You may be correct or I may be wrong. Let's see. But this is, I would have marked this one, defect severity classification. I may be wrong, but I would have marked that one. Because, why I'm saying this is when a QA team finds a defect during functional testing, right? They should, they should not they should not push that build to production. So they did not take it serious, right? Or they did not take, defect, they did not classify the defect as more severe. That is my approach, or that is my assumption, or that is my explanation. Let us see. So QA team found a functional defect during testing, but same issue caused performance degradation. Performance impact of the defect was not identified early enough during testing. Shift left is the right answer, guys. This points to a gap in early proactive testing practices. Performance aspects were not checked soon enough. Good, Deepak. So this is shift left testing approach. Correct answer is shift left. So shift left testing means performance testing earlier in the development cycle, not just after functionality is done. Okay. If the team has applied shift left, performance consultation could have been caught before production. Okay. Very good. Why not others? First, this is the beauty of ChatGPT and other AI tools, right? It is also explaining why other answers are wrong. So first one is test environment, which Mastan had indicated it, right? Mastan mentioned it. So might cause mismatch issues, but here defect was already known. The problem was the timing and the coverage. The problem was timing and coverage, not the environment. Okay, makes sense. And then defect severity classification. Even if severity was wrong, it wouldn't prevent performance degradation unless performance was tested early. Okay, makes sense. Even if severity was wrong, means they did not classify it properly. They did not mark it as severe. It wouldn't prevent performance degradation unless performance was tested early. Okay, and test execution order doesn't address when performance testing happened in the life cycle. Okay, so the final answer is shift left testing approach. Okay, so shall we move to the next question? Any queries? Hey, by the way, let us check the first one also. Which one? Okay, this is for sure, right? So not JMeter crashes, but this will be results will be stored. But let us check that. Let us confirm that. So correct answer is results will be stored in memory, but not displayed. We are correct there. And then everyone is correct there. And then let us move on to the next question. Shall we move to the next question? Spike testing differs from stress testing because
First one
we are
answer.
we are on this question, guys.
Second one,
Yes,
sir.
The spike
Huh?
testing gradually.
Spike testing.
Answer should be first one. Spike testing gradually increase load.
Spike testing gradually increases
Second one,
load.
sir.
No, that is a wrong
Second
answer.
one, sir. B.
B is the
Spike,
answer.
spike testing applies sudden load bursts. Spike testing measures endurance. Spike testing is a subset of load. So B is the right answer. So in spike testing, we don't increase the load gradually. So we we suddenly increase the load. What is the meaning of a spike? There is a sudden increase in load, isn't it? So this is the right answer. B is the right answer. Okay. Right. Correct answer is spike testing applies sudden load burst. Right. Check system behavior when sudden extreme increases or decreases in load occur, like a traffic surge. So stress testing checks system ability when, see, stress testing is something which we do, which we gradually increase the user load. Right. I think yesterday only we had discussed it. Yesterday or day before yesterday we had discussed this that in the new batch. Right. In this October batch, right? So we started one batch in October, and I had covered this in very recently in the October batch.
Yes, sir. We discussed that.
Okay, so stress testing is done by gradually increasing the user load. Spike is the general meaning of spike is a sudden increase, right? So where is the types of when we discussed about types of performance testing, we had discussed it. Right. So stress testing is done by gradual increase, whereas spike testing is done by sudden increase in user load. Right. So let's move on to the next question now. So which of the following correctly maps testing types to objectives? Which of the following correctly maps testing types to objectives? Yes.
C, sir. C.
Right. My answer is also C. Unit. My answer is also C. Yeah. Any other answers, guys? Any other answers, guys? Wait, guys. Hey, sorry. Quick validation of major functionality. Sanity, quick validation of major functionality. Yeah, that's what I said, right? Sorry. I also said C. Smoke is deep functional coverage. This is not correct. Regression is new feature validation. No, this is not new feature validation. What is regression, by the way? Hey guys, let us discuss the other answers also. Okay. What is regression testing, by the way?
Sir, when any new deployment happens, so if
Hmm.
it affects the already existing functionalities,
Right. So
it-
regression is about existing functionality, not feature validation. So first answer is wrong. And then smoke is deep functional coverage, right? And then sanity, quick validation of major functionality. And then unit is user defined user interface validation. So unit testing here, unit means unit testing. So unit testing is not about user interface validation. So it is just about testing the testing small piece of code, individual code units, not UI, right? Regression ensures existing features still work after changes, not new ones. You can see the clear explanation here. Smoke testing does basic, not deep validation to check if the build is stable. Okay, so the final answer is C, which is quick validation of major functionality with nothing but sanity. Okay, and now let us move to the next one. So that's what we discussed, right? So when you have multiple choice questions, like you need to know what are those multiple the answers that they had provided. And now ramp up period in JMeter defines the next one. The ramp up period in JMeter defines this.
First
Time
one, sir.
between each thread's execution start, delay between each transaction, total test duration, number of test iterations.
A, sir, A.
Yeah.
Sarath,
Sir, the period in JMeter defines. A, sir.
right? So time between each thread's execution starts. Ramp up period, it defines time between each thread's execution starts. Right? It's not delay between each transaction. What is delay between each transaction called as? Mastan? Mastan, what is delay between each transaction called as?
Pacing, sir.
Huh?
Think
Sorry,
time.
think time.
Think time,
Each
sir.
iteration is pacing.
Right. Delay between each transaction is think time. Delay between each iteration is basing. So now total test duration, yeah, no way that ramp up period defines that. And then number of test iterations, no. Number of test iterations, no. That also no. So it should be time between each thread's execution start. Let us verify it. Let's verify it or let's confirm that. Okay. Time between each thread's execution start. Right? And now let's move on to the next question. In a Bitbucket pipeline integrated with AWS, which step ensures automation of performance test after build? You see, if it is multiple choice, yes, we can, it's bit easy to understand. It's bit easy to answer this. Now, what is it saying in Bitbucket pipeline integration with AWS? Which step ensures automation of performance test after the build? A post-deploy trigger to run JMeter test via AWS Cloud Build, manual trigger in Bitbucket, cron job on EC2, Slack webhook notification. D is totally wrong. Slack webhook. What is Slack, by the way? You know what is Slack? Slack,
It's a tool like Teams.
right? Slack is a communication tool like Teams, Microsoft Teams laga. That is one communication tool. So no way that webhook notification. Okay, I don't think this is the right answer. Okay, I think first one. I think first one A is the answer. But let us confirm, because I also did not work on Bitbucket integration with AWS. I didn't get a chance to work on this. But when I say automation of performance builds, a post deploy trigger, that is what I believe. I think first A is the right answer. Manual trigger in Bitbucket? No, there is no automation here. If it is manual trigger, there is no, it defeats that automation definition itself, isn't it? So let's see. But I believe A is the right answer. Yes. So A is the right answer. Post deploy trigger to run JMeter via AWS code build. That is the right answer. Okay. What is cron job? It is time based, not build triggered, right? So, and what is manual trigger in, see, that's what I said, right? Manual trigger in Bitbucket and it is defeats the definition of automation. So that can't be a right answer at all. And Slack is only communication tool. It's not a automation tool or something. Only sends messages, doesn't execute tests. Cron job is time based, not build triggered. Build triggered, right? So post deploy trigger to run JMeter via AWS code build is the right answer for this. Now, which Linux command shows the percentage of CPU used by processes in real time? Which Linux command shows the percentage of CPU used by processes in real time? Top command ps-ef, du-sh, and then df-h. So you have to know all the Linux commands here if you want to give a right answer here. Now, what is the right answer here, guys?
Top C.
PS-EF, sir.
ps-ef should be the right answer. That is what I also believe.
Yes, sir. That is true.
Okay, because top gives, what does top command gives, guys?
So all the top usages it will use, sir.
All the top usages, right?
Top.
What is top giving there? I had used top command here. What is it giving? Where is that? What is top command giving? It is showing person CPU and person memory, right? So of process. PID is nothing but process ID. PID is nothing but process ID. So this is also giving all the process, right? All the top process, top command. And now what is PS-EF? Let's see that. So what is PS-EF giving? This is also giving process ID. This is also giving process ID, but it is not giving, how much is the percentage, right? How much it is not showing percentage here, isn't it? Or is it showing? I think this one C00 on that is CPU utilization. So okay, then what are they asking? I think CPU and memory. What they ask? Percentage of CPU used by process in real time. Okay, what do you say now? Is this correct or this one correct?
Top is correct.
Top is correct.
Top is correct. Okay, nice and classic Linux question it seems. Okay, now let us see the explanation. Top command displays real-time statistics including CPU percentage, memory usage, running processes, and load averages. And PS-EF, why is it not correct? It shows all the running process, not real-time it seems. Static snapshot, but not real-time. Okay. PS is actually for process, but it shows all the running process, but not real time it seems. So top is the right answer for this. What is du-sh? It shows total size of a directory. D for directory. So D for, then D should be for directory. Shows total size of a directory. Guys, when you are going through this, read the other questions also, next time when they ask, question on this one, Next time your question may be for the, as we said, right, the questions are changing, it seems. So the next question may be on this one, on disk utilization. Okay, so try to understand the other multiple choice questions also, what they provided, what they had provided. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. During a load test, you notice increasing response time but stable throughput and resource usage. The most likely cause is, during a load test, you notice increasing response time but stable throughput and resource usage. The most likely issue is, anyone?
CPU saturation.
CPU saturation. When do you say that CPU saturation is reached? CPU saturation means the complete CPU utilization. CPU is 100% utilized. Correct? What is meant by
Yes,
CPU saturation?
when it is 100% utilized, or most of the it is utilized.
Right. Right. CPU saturation happens. When do you say that CPU saturation happens? It happens when the CPU is fully busy or 100% utilization and cannot handle any additional work efficiently. Okay. Now try to answer that. You notice increasing response time but stable throughput and resource usage. Is CPU saturation is the right answer or any other answers? Stable throughput and resource usage. What is throughput?
Amount of data sent and received.
Uh-huh.
The amount of data received and sent.
Right. Byte sent plus byte received. Right. That is throughput or amount of data transfer through a network. So that is stable. Resource usage also stable. So what is the most likely issue? Is it a connection pool exhaustion? Exhaustion. What is meant by connection pool exhaustion? Exhaustion. I think it should be read as exhaustion. What is meant by connection pool exhaustion?
There will be a certain pool size for the database to connect. So once those size it is completed, then we'll get this issue.
Right. Perfect. So CPU connection pool exhaustion means developers define some connection pool size. We had discussed this connection pool concept in the previous batches, all the previous batches. And I had shown one example also, if you remember, right? I had shown one error message and sample error message, and I had explained it. Connection pool concept and what is the performance issue. I had explained some performance issue, right? So I had explained the same thing in one of our sessions, right? So connection pool exhaustion means all the connections in the pool are over. That is connection pool exhaustion. CPU saturation means CPU is 100%. Disk IO bottleneck means disk is slow, isn't it? The disk is slow and insufficient threads. Number of threads are not sufficient. So what can be the right answer here?
Maybe pool connection issue.
Threads.
Connection pool issue.
I think so.
Stable throughput.
No, if you have the pool,
Yes.
okay.
Throughput is stable. See, throughput is stable and a server is able to process the requests. Throughput did not fall down. So it can't be connection pool exhaustion. It can't be CPU saturation and insufficient threads. Let's see. Maybe C. Yes, C. Connection pool exhaustion. Okay. Let us see why is it the right answer. Response time getting slower. Throughput stays stable. CPU memory disk usage is normal, not increasing. Okay. If response times keep increasing, but system resources are not maxed out, usually means something is limiting concurrency, not the hardware. It's not the hardware. Okay. App or database has fixed number of connections. Connection pool exhaustion, it seems. App or database has a fixed number of connections. When all are in use, new request wait for an available one. Throughput stays flat, means since max connections is equal to fixed limit. Okay. Response times increases since waiting time grows. Now, why not CPU saturation? CPU saturation would show high CPU usage, not stable. Yeah, this we understood. High CPU usage, but it is not stable. Disk IO bottleneck would increase disk usage and often reduce throughput. Makes sense. If there is a disk bottleneck, okay, it will increase disk usage and often reduce throughput. Throughput decreases if there is a disk bottleneck. Insufficient thread would cause low throughput but not stable throughput. Okay, very good. Would cause low throughput, not stable throughput. Try to understand this. If the number of threads are not sufficient, it causes low throughput but not stable throughput. So connection pool exhaustion is the right answer. Response times increasing. Yeah, correct. That is what we know. I had explained it also when I explained connection pool, right? That is the issue that I had explained when we discussed about connection pool. If you remember, wait, let me
But
open one of
sir,
the.
it's saying it's limiting the concurrency, right? The concurrency is limited. How come your throughput will go stable?
Limiting concurrency, not the hardware. It usually means something is limiting concurrency.
Yeah, obviously the concurrency is limited, then your throughput will not be stable.
So stable means it is not increasing. Concurrency is not increasing, right?
Okay, I got it.
Concurrency is not increasing.
Yeah, I got it, sir. Yeah, because my connection pool is exhausted. My response times are got increased. I got it.
Okay, July batch we had June batch we had discussed this connection pool concept, and I think in
But
July batch it is not
sir,
started yet.
one
Hmm.
more doubt here.
Hmm.
See, the throughput is stable, they are saying, right? If the connection pool is exhausted,
Hmm.
won't the throughput be go down because my requests are not happening? They stay idle
Hmm.
because of the connection pool is exhausted.
No,
Won't my
at the same time they mentioned that response times are increasing, right? You notice increasing response times.
okay? Yeah, maybe I need to take it just for like a maybe 1 minute, or should I, or maybe I have to think like it's
No.
going for the 5-10 minutes of the time.
See, right way here would be like to see other options. We have to narrow down, or we need to uh, exclude other options, right? Uh, because they asked like what is the most likely issue in these options given. What is the most likely issue?
Yes, sir, that makes sense.
This is April batch. Right. Here I gave only definition of connection pool, but I had explained,
Sir,
how
in
to
June
tell the
batch,
issue and what exactly the issue I had faced.
in
Okay.
June batch, you explained it, sir. Actually.
June batch also is covered, No, I gave clear explanation how to explain it. That is what I'm searching for. Okay. Maybe I did not note down in the class notes document, but I had mentioned that when we are running a test and we saw that error rate is increasing and response times are increasing.
Can you open June batch note? It is April, right? In June batch, you can find it.
We had discussed this actually. We had discussed this connection pool issue.
So it's with JDBC, sir. JDBC.
Could not get JDBC connection, right?
Yes.
I had mentioned error percentage is high, but when explaining, I told that in my like I had shown you some I had shown you some error messages and in the PPT, and I had explained it, if you remember, right? So for the sake of new joiners, I want to show that. Okay. And you'll 80% are maybe we missed 20%, but 80% are already covered in the training. Right. Only thing is you have to understand what are all the options available and which one may be the most likely answer. Right. So we had discussed this connection pool issue here. Okay. I think I had shown this to everyone. Right. So when connection pool is exhausted, what happens? We get some errors like this, could not get JDBC connection. And you remember like a size 50, busy 50 means this is connection pool exhaustion condition. Right. This is what connection pool exhaustion means. Pool exhausted exception, right? So pool is empty, unable to fetch the connection, and after 30 seconds, it throws some errors. After waiting for 30 seconds for a connection, as it couldn't get a ideal connection or all the connections are busy, so it is throwing an exception called pool exhausted exception, right? So, but during that 30 seconds, your response times will increase, right? At that time, while your request is waiting for database connection, see, wait time is 30 seconds, set as 30 seconds. So this is where your response times will increase, right? Let's move to the next one. Which AWS service is commonly used for monitoring and CPU and memory of EC2 instances? Yeah, that I think all of you answered it. Most of you answered it, right? AWS CloudWatch should be the right answer. Cloud formation is not that service. Cloud build, cloud try. So CloudWatch is the right answer. Right? Okay. AWS CloudWatch. Now let's move to the next one. So which metric is least likely to indicate a performance issue? Which metric is least likely to indicate a performance issue? Easy answer, guys. Easy question. Least likely, not most likely. It is least likely. Which metric is least likely to indicate a performance issue?
Test cases executed.
Right. Number of test cases executed. That should be the one. Response time ante that is a performance issue. Throughput is also, if throughput is less also, that is also performance issue. If error rate is high, that is also a performance issue. So it should be number of test cases executed. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the right answer. Then endurance test primarily detects. This is also an easy question,
Memory
right?
leakage.
Memory leaks, right? Endurance testing primarily detects memory leaks. That is the main objective of endurance or SOAK or endurance test, isn't it? Endurance test, memory leaks is used to identify memory leaks and connection leaks. Main objective of a SOAK test is to identify performance bottlenecks like memory leaks or connection leaks. So Anyways, let us confirm that, but I am sure, but let's confirm that. Okay, memory leaks. Next, which of the following is not a typical bottleneck identified during performance testing? Good question. Which of the following? No, let us try it first. Let's try it first. Which of the following? It's not a memory leak. Please wait. It's not a memory leak, but wait, I cannot change it. I believe this one, incorrect UI element alignment, right? It is not a bottleneck, isn't it? This is a functional issue, isn't it? Is it a functional issue?
Yes, sir.
Incorrect UI element alignment. That is not a performance issue, at least. But these are all performance issues, right? CPU utilization, high CPU utilization, memory leak, poorly written SQL queries. These are all performance issues. So incorrect UI alignment, element alignment is the right answer in this case. Correct? D is the right answer. D should be the right answer. Okay. Next. In JMeter, if you want each thread to have its own cookie storage area, which configuration should you modify? Another easy question. If you want each thread to have its own cookie storage, which configuration should you modify? Guys, a very easy question. Straightforward question this is.
Sir, is it B? Use HTTP cookie manager with clear cookies each iteration.
No. D is not a right answer. Guys, that is a straightforward question, guys.
I think A, sir. I think.
ఏ ఎలా ఉంది షరీఫ్ ఇప్పటిదాకా ఏ రాలేదా ఆన్సర్ Guys, this is a straightforward question, guys. If you want to each thread to have its own cookie storage, which configuration should you modify? HTTP header manager, dynamic variables. No. Anyone? B is the right answer, guys. Cookie manager purpose enti? What is the purpose of cookie manager? B right answer అనిపించట్లేదా? For anyone?
Yes, sir, I think it is correct. B.
Hmm?
B is correct.
That is what cookie manager does, right? Clear cookies each iteration. So we need to add cookie manager and we need to select clear cookies each iteration.
Sir,
Yes,
I
sir,
told
no?
B only, sir, actually. I told the B option.
Oh, sorry. I heard it as D. Sorry, Sesha.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. So which command would you use to check memory usage details, including buffers and cache? Oh, very good question. Which command would you use to check? Sorry, I don't mean that. Is when I click on something, somewhere it's getting selected like that. Okay. So which command you use to check memory usage during? Let me do a refresh. Even if a refresh also it is. Oh my god. Okay, fine, leave it. So which command would you use to check memory usage details, including buffers and cache? See, this D is for disk actually. This is no way correct. D for disk. Now, which one is right answer? VMstat or free-m or SAR-R?
B is, I think B.
Huh?
B. PM.
B free-m.
Yes, sir. Because it only has memory. M.
Is there a command first of all? Free-m. I know. I don't know, sir. To be honest. Free-m.
for memory.
Okay. Yes. Free-m. It is showing buffer cache and this seems to be right answer, right? Free-m. Let us confirm it. Okay. I don't know that actually. Free-m. I did not use it. I also didn't use it anytime. So, but let us confirm that. It seems to be free-m only as per the output, right? VMstat. How about VMstat? Why not VMstat? Let us see. Shows general memories, but plus CPU stats. Okay, but it doesn't show any details about buffers or cache. So VMstat, will show you only CPU and memory statistics, right? So D is for disk usage, right? So disk usage per file or folder. Okay, per file or folder, not memory. And SAR stands for system activity report, guys. SAR stands for system activity report, and that is what is a SAR? What is that SAR tool? System activity report. SAR stands for system activity report. So it is like Perfmon in Windows. Okay. So it is a monitoring tool in Linux. This is a monitoring tool is okay. Wait, monitoring tool in Linux, similar to Perfmon in Windows. Similar to Perfmon in Windows. Okay. So, but here, so right answer is free-m, right? So why not VMstat? Because it gives both. VMstat gives you both the CPU and memory statistics, right? So let me show you the output of that VMstat. Okay. So if you see here, it shows CPU and memory. What are these guys? CS, US, SY, ID, WA. Here it is showing buffer and cache also, right? Here it is showing buffer and cache also. VMstat is also showing that buffer and cache, isn't it? Then why is it saying, free-m? Free and shared. What is the right exact question? Including check memory usage details, including buffers and cache. So buffer and cache. It is also showing buffer and cache. 1 second, guys. FNM. Claude also saying that is the right answer. Now let us see the explanation. Is Claude showing like why not others? Why the other options are less suitable? Yeah, shows virtual memory statistics. Okay, so VMstat stands for virtual memory, guys, right? The letters VM stands for virtual memory. It provides more general overview of system performance. While it indicates some memory info, it's not as detailed for buffers and cache as free. Okay. So see the difference in the output. See, ChatGPT is giving some example output also. Wonderful, right? Claude is just giving the explanation, but ChatGPT is giving some output, some sample output as well, isn't it? Swap memory. It is also giving swap memory details. Okay. So now let's move to the next question. If APM tools show high latency but low CPU and memory, what is the probable cause? APM tool shows high latency but low CPU and memory. What is the probable cause? Yes. What is the answer for this one?
Network delay or slow external API, sir.
Okay. Any other answers? It can't be code looping issue, right? Because if there is code looping issue, you'll have more CPU and memory utilization, right? Thread starvation. What is meant by thread starvation, by the way?
Threads got exhausted.
Right. Threads got exhausted and user requests are waiting for active threads, right? Free threads are free threads. That is thread starvation. Memory leak means memory exhausted, right? Memory leak, if an application is having memory leaks, then it can't have low CPU and memory, isn't it? They
Yes.
mentioned here low CPU and memory and low CPU and memory. So it should be network delay or slow external API, right? So A should be the right answer.
So sometimes my observation is we can take the odd man out scenario also in the multiple choice questions. We can take
Multiple choice, no? Yes, we have to take the odd man out, right? Right. So network delay or slow external API. Slow external API means what is meant by slow external API? Network delay means what is meant by network delay? Now, or network latency. See, see why I said this is a easy question is you have latency. The word latency in the question itself. Latency is nothing but network delay, isn't it? Latency is nothing but network delay. And what is meant by slow external API? External API means nothing but third-party APIs, guys. There are some API calls which are belonging to third-party applications. That is called external API. Clear, guys? Your application is fine. So it is having low CPU and low memory utilization. But because of some third-party API, your response times are high. Right? So network delay or slow external API. This is the right answer. Right? Now profiling differs. I'm moving to the next question. Profiling differs from monitoring because. Let me highlight the question that we are discussing. Profiling differs from monitoring because we are close to only four more questions. Okay, so profiling differs from monitoring because how much time they gave for this 20 questions? I don't see any time here. Any idea, Archana and Pravalika? Any idea? Archana or Pravalika, any idea? Are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Any idea how much time they gave for this test?
13 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay. How many marks she got?
10, sir.
10 out of 20. Okay. So do I see anything here? No, it's not mentioned here. Okay. All right. So now, yeah, profiling differs from monitoring because what is monitoring? You know that, right? But profiling, yes, I did not cover it. Monitor profiling is not covered, but how is it different? What is monitoring first of all?
Monitoring is nothing but looking for the CPU usage, memory usage, how they are going
Resource
while running.
utilization. Monitoring is monitoring the resource utilization. Now, what is profiling? Or how profiling differs from monitoring? Or what is the right answer? What seems to be the right answer here?
Profiling is nothing but like improving the performance, like making some code changes or to make the response time improve. Do the profile.
Okay. So which one you feel that is the right answer?
B.
B. This one selected one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other answers, Yasan?
No, I don't have an idea about profiling actually.
Okay. Profiling happens in production. Need not be. We can do profiling in test environment also. Profiling analyzes. I also feel B is the right answer. Monitoring checks functional correctness. No, that is wrong. Profiling is less detailed. That is also wrong. So it should be B. Let's see. Right. Profiling analyzes code execution at runtime for hotspots. Okay. And in SDLC, performance testing typically, okay. This is, I think we had already discussed it, isn't it? In SDLC, performance testing typically begins during requirement phase, coding phase, system testing phase, deployment phase. Yes. Typically begins during honor. So typically means normally or usually. Nowadays, all the projects are following agile methodology. So we have to assume that they're asking about agile model because they're asking typically begins. So it should be system testing or coding phase. Which one is that?
System testing phase.
System testing phase. No,
No, if it is
not
agile,
coding
it is
phase.
coding phase.
In agile, it is coding phase. Right. And Irundu seems to be right answers. Coding and system testing phase. They seem to be right answers for me. But I think coding phase is the more appropriate answer. And because most of the projects are following agile model nowadays. Okay. Question is not actually 100% clear here. Right. Let's see. Okay. It is mentioning system testing phase. And coding phase. Unit testing is done here. Performance testing is too early here. Okay. Okay. Coding phase, okay. Maybe after code freeze, they mean to say that after code freeze only we do this performance testing and all. That is why this is not a right answer. Coding phase is not a right answer. System testing phase. Yeah. This is more appropriate. Yeah. Makes sense. That makes sense. That is more appropriate. And maybe coding phase and like they mean that before code freeze, before a code freeze, maybe that terming calling that as coding phase. Okay, you ran a JMeter test and noticed a high response time, but normal server CPU usage. The issue most likely lies in high response time, but normal server CPU usage. Okay, so the issue most likely lies in
network latency.
network latency. Yeah, Ramu, is it Ramu?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let us do the odd man out. Application code efficiency. Can it be application code efficiency? And a code issues. That means code issues. Database indexing. Database indexing is not good. If there is an issue with the database indexing, CPU usage will be more, correct? Yes or no?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
If there is no database indexing or if the issue is with database indexing, CPU usage will be more. Okay. High concurrency onna CPU usage will be more. Right? So I don't think database indexing is correct answer. I don't think that database indexing is correct. Right? Or I think that this is not correct. Or this is wrong. And then high concurrency are wrong. And then what are left over? Network latency and application code efficiency. Yes. So it either A or C. Right? Now which one is right one? High concurrency means nothing but high number of users, right? More number of users. If there are more number of users, CPU usage can't be normal, correct? Agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is your answer, Ramu?
Network latency.
Network latency. Okay. How? Any other answers?
I think network latency, sir, is the right answer.
Yes, sir. Network latency.
Okay. Should be network latency, right? High response time can be attributed here to network latency because CPU usage is normal. Yeah, network latency. Next,
Sir, but
which of the
code efficiency will definitely affect the response time, sir. Sometimes.
but CPU usage is normal అన్నారు కదా.
Okay. Okay, CPU కూడా మనకి increase అవుతుంది maybe.
CPU usage also will increase, right?
Yes, yes.
Right. So which of these JMeter components can be used to simulate real, okay, real browser behavior? This I have already explained this. Real user behavior అంటేనేమో థింగ్ టైమ్ అండ్ కుకీ మేనేజర్ క్యాష్ మేనేజర్ వస్తాయి, బట్ దే ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ రియల్ బ్రౌజర్ బిహేవియర్. Guys, I had already explained this, guys, in the beginning of the session itself.
Yeah, WebDriver sampler.
WebDriver sample, Selenium WebDriver. Okay. Real browser behavior. I believe it is of B or WebDriver sampler is the right one. Let us confirm. Okay. Now, on Ubuntu, if you see last question, guys, on Ubuntu, if you see OVM killer logs, it usually means OVM killer. What is OVM, by the way?
Out of memory.
OVM stands for out of memory. I think this also we had discussed OVM. We did not discuss Ubuntu Linux and all, right? But we discussed OVM, right? We discussed out of memory issues, isn't it? Now, what is the go back to the question? What is the question? If you see OVM killer logs, it usually means a process exceeded its time limit. No. System ran out of memory. This seems to be correct. Disk space was exhausted. No, it has not. Oh, can it be the reason?
C will be the correct reason.
Disk space was exhausted. Kernel crashed. It can't be correct. Kernel crashed. It can't be the right one. Process exceeded its time limit. A can't be wrong. Sorry, A can't be correct. A is not correct. A process exceeded its time limit. That is not related to OVM. So it should be either B or C.
I think
C ఎప్పుడు అవుతుంది? టోటల్ మెమరీ మొత్తం ఎగ్జాస్ట్ అయినప్పుడు వస్తుంది, రైట్? డిస్క్ స్పేస్, but there is very less chance. I believe B is the right answer.
Yes, sir. B.
I think B is the right answer. Okay, let's see. Someone said C. Let us see. Let's confirm. Right? Once again, if you see OVM killer logs, system ran out of memory. System ran out of memory. This seems to be more appropriate to me. Let's see. That's fine. You need not be 100% correct, right? So, like no one will get 100% correct answers, right? System ran out of memory. My answer is correct. Okay. Right. And remember that, see, only 2 people got about 10, it seems. Only 2 people out of 100. That is what Tejasvi told me. I'm not sure about the exact numbers, but what I heard from Tejasvi is only 2 people answered. Only 2 people got more than 10. All others got less than 10 itself. Now, like they did not even given question numbers also. They didn't give question numbers also, right? But she gave like number wise. When Tejasvi shared, she had shared number wise to me. So it is 20 questions, and only 2 people got more than 10, it seems, guys. Okay. So, but you can understand how are the expectations if their expectations are like this from freshers, assume, like how the expectations will be from experienced guys. Okay. So what is the takeaway from this today's session, guys? What is the takeaway from today's session, guys? Oh, or what do you, what sense does it give? Guys, you want me to stop recording? Okay, let me. So questions are changing, it seems. So tomorrow Arun and Vishwa got interview scheduled next week. So questions questions will change, right? So please prepare accordingly, or try to understand all the options and do that, follow that odd man out. Okay. So and you only have 1.5 minutes for each question. So ideally what you have to do first, go through all the questions and answer the easy questions first, straightforward questions first. In that way, you will not see, let's say for example, మీకు బాగా తెలిసిన క్వశ్చన్ ఆర్ ఆన్సర్ తెలిసిన క్వశ్చన్ లాస్ట్ లో ఉంది. But if you kill your time in the initial first questions itself, మీకు తెలిసిన క్వశ్చన్స్ కూడా ఆన్సర్ చేయలేరు. You would end up without answering the questions that you know also, isn't it? So please don't get stuck up at one question. So if you are not clear on any of those questions, move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. Okay. So if you get above 50%, that is enough in such kind of test, right? Even if you get above 50%, that should be enough. That would be enough, right? So don't kill your time, like on questions that you don't know or which are completely new to you. But make sure that you read all the questions and answer easy questions first, right? That is one important takeaway. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? See, if you observed, easy straightforward questions are after 10th question, there are more straightforward questions. Agree with me? This is a straightforward question. Ramp up period in JMeter defines. That is a straightforward question. This is a straightforward question, right? And AWS CloudWatch is a straightforward question. Even though you don't know CloudWatch, so CloudWatch we had discussed it. That is a monitoring tool, and we had discussed that it is a monitoring tool. Cloud formation, cloud code build, and cloud trial. These can't be right. Up. You can understand from that term itself, that terminology itself, right? So monitoring tool, and it should be CloudWatch. That is a straightforward question. Even if you need not work on CloudWatch before to answer this one. Yes or no? Right? So, and this is also a straightforward question. Which metric is least likely to indicate a performance issue? This is also a straightforward question. This is also a straightforward question. So there are more straightforward questions after 10th one, right? So if you get some difficult question or not so clear in the initial questions, so my suggestion is don't waste your time, more time there. Make sure you read all the questions and answer straightforward questions first. That would be the right approach for this. Agree? Agree or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please follow this, Arun. Arun is having, when is your test, Arun? Tomorrow?
Sir, Monday 11:30 a.m. sir.
11:30 a.m. Is it, where should you go? Is it offline test? I heard that it is offline test.
Yes, sir, offline.
Okay. Okay. So obviously you can't use ChatGPT and all over there, right? So I believe, like, you will not be able to access any internet, or you can't switch the windows first thing. First of all, you can't switch the windows. I don't know how the Tejasvi test went. You can't use ChatGPT or you can't Google the questions, right? So please try to answer the first easiest questions first. And if you get 11 or 12, that would be enough. That would be, you will be selected for next round. And let me show you the process once, Arun. Can you please share that email? So where they had explained the process. I'll
Okay,
pass
sir.
recording.
I will share.
I'll pass the record. Right. So now you can see that. So thank you for applying for the performance tester position at AutoRabit. We impressed with your application. Would like to invite you to participate in our interview process. So first round is technical online test. Right. I should have shown this, discussed this in the beginning. But anyways, better late than never. Okay. So what is their process? Technical online tester. And they're asking to bring your own laptop for this round. Then how do they restrict, I don't know. How do the candidates can search in ChatGPT or Google, right? In that case, if they are bringing their own laptop. Any idea, Pravalika or Archana? Of course, I should ask Tejasvi, but she's not feeling well, it seems. I don't want to disturb her. Any idea, Archana, Tejasvi, did you discuss, Google search chesi, like the ChatGPT lo search chesi, like our discussion ఏమైనా వచ్చిందా? Own laptop lo చేసినప్పుడు see if it is office laptop they can restrict you, but own laptop అన్నప్పుడు how can they restrict from using ChatGPT or maybe they blocked those sites at the network level. Maybe they blocked those sites at the network level, guys. Google అవన్నీ చేయకుండా యూస్ అంటే పని చేయకుండా చేస్తుంటారు at the network level. They can do that. Okay, and then technical rounds and HR interview. Okay, so online test, technical interviews and HR interview. Proficiency in performance testing mandatory. Okay, JMeter is mandatory. All our guys are good with that. If you attended an interview with AutoRabit in the past 6 months, then you are not eligible for this interview. Okay, only invited candidates will be allowed to participate in the interview process. You are considering immediate joiners only. Okay, right, all good now. Now you got a fair idea and like you got the trick, right? So please remember that, answer first easy, go through all the questions first. Okay, and answer whatever straightforward questions are there, first answer them. Then you will be able to like if now you understood the standard, of course you have to prepare well, right? And two questions are there from Linux commands. That is another thing, right? So how much time do you have? Today is Saturday. So if you spend 2 to 3 hours on Linux comments, that is enough. That will be more than enough. You have 10 lessons and all are easy ones. It won't take more than half an hour or more than 15 minutes for each lesson. So 10 lessons should be completed in 3 to 4 hours, not more than that. Because like most of the people can't answer that. Linux comments, they can't attempt it, freshers mostly. Okay, but I have been telling this from beginning of your training to learn Linux commands. So if you already started, please continue it, because there are two questions, out of 20, 10% are there for 10% weightage is there for Linux commands, correct? 10% is not a less weightage. It is a good weightage. So don't ignore it. And it hardly takes 3 to 4 hours. Okay, and drive is being conducted in batches, and you will be only allowed to take the test during your assigned batch time. Okay, please ensure you arrive on time. Don't miss the slot allocated to you. So reach there half an hour before at least. What is that? Please reach half an hour before your scheduled time, guys. Okay, and then online reporting time is 11:30. Yeah, they mentioned reporting time as well. Good. Online test time is 12 o'clock. Very good. So this is venue is my home Twitza, high-tech city, right? Okay. Okay then. So shall we conclude it, or any you want to discuss anything? Any queries before we close the session?
Sir, can you share these class notes with us?
This document, interview questions document.
And ఇప్పుడు సార్ మీరు మెయింటైన్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా ఒకటి ఇంటర్వ్యూ ప్రిపరేషన్ అని.
Okay. Yeah, I'll share it. I'll share this. You can explore more on these questions. If possible, I will try to add those multiple choice answers also here. Okay, I can't do that now, but maybe by end of the day I can do it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need like a Konakart installable, so I do not have the.
I'll share